What's good, YouTube? It's your boy AC back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about networking. So check it out.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Those.
Let's get it, y'all. So we're on set, right? How do we build on our networking? That is the question for today, right? My best thing I can tell you, everybody already tell you, talk to as many people as you can. But no, for real, get to know as many people, and not even on like a deep thing, real light, off the surface. You know, you want to ask good questions. So one good question you want to ask: how did you get onto this project? So allow that person to elaborate. These union workers all know each other, right? So when they need folks, usually they're going to hit the people who are in the union. They're not going to be hitting folks who are outside of it, right? Now, when it comes to these big feature films or whatever like that, films go through other different small companies that are in your location. These small companies, now they recruit people like you, extras, PAs. If you haven't seen my video on what an extra or feature extra do, go check out that video, that breakdown of what feature extras and extras do. Moving on to a PA. Now these are the folks you really want to talk to. Their importance and them being there can get you way farther than you even think. When I was on the set of Judas and the Black Messiah, I met this guy. He was a PA, and I just chopped it up with him. So I asked him, "How'd you get on the project?" He tells me he went through this little website, and then that's how he found the extra work. I said, "Oh, that's what's up." He said, if there's any way I can help you out, I'd definitely love to." I said, "Was there anybody I can really talk to? Do you have any recommendations of folks I should talk to get closer in the position I want to be in?" He said, "Man, I'll tell you right now. Like I'm telling y'all, talk to everybody you can. It don't matter. Talk to everybody you can, and try to get your name across to them." So I said, "Okay, that's what's up." The whole day go by, I'm in there, I'm talking to camera operators, I'm talking to lighting, like the lighting crew, I'm talking to the gaffers, I'm talking to the assistant director, I'm talking to everybody I can, right? Just asking, how long have you been doing this? That's another good question. How long have you been doing this? Now they can tell you their expertise on how long they've been doing it. Some people have been doing it for a few years. Some people have been doing it for a few months. Some people, that's their first day. Just have a conversation with them. It's not about you. But what you're doing is you're going to flip it, and then it's going to make it about you, right? Because then they're like, "Okay, so do you do anything?" That's when it's your moment. This is your time. When they ask you, "Do you do any, like, what do you like to do?" That's when you come in, you tell them what your expertise is. One thing, you never tell them, "I do everything." If they ask you, "What are you interested in doing?" don't tell them, "Oh, I'm interested in doing all of it," because that's not helping them to get you where you need to be. I like to be a camera operator, but I've done a little bit of gaffing, and I like to get more into gaffing. I like to be a gaffer. I like to be a lighting designer. I like to be a camera kit holder or lens holder. Who knows? Who knows? But you have to have a specific path of where you're trying to go. And they take my name, and I take their name, and I said, "I know you're busy right now because we're at work." I said, "Maybe I could get your number after, and we could stay connected. If you don't mind." Yeah, no doubt. If there's anything I can help you with, I'd love to do that. People in union, they cool as hell. Now, do everybody like their job? No. And it was a pretty nice budget for all the actors that was in that movie. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, I'm going to try to shoot a link or a photo of the link so you can go check it out. We're done shooting for the day. I'm sitting on the sidewalk. I run into Algie Smith, right? Algie Smith from the movie Detroit. He was a pretty cool dude, right? And there was a few others that I've seen, like I forgot what the one dude's name is. I'm going to post a photo of him, but he played in Moonlight, and he also played in the movie with Denzel, Equalizer 2. And he was on the set, so I'm seeing him, I'm seeing Algie, and then I'm seeing like Daniel Kaluuya. I took a photo with Lakeith, so I ended up taking a photo with Lakeith, but I was standing on the sidewalk, and I'm like, "Bro, I'm not leaving this spot until I talk to one of these actors to see what, if there's a class, if they recommend any type of teacher or whatever like that. And Algie, he's super cool dude. He's like, yeah, man, I'll be right back and whatever like that. I guess something must have came up. He never came back. He never came back. With me being so persistent, the doors opened up for me. Because across the street is Ryan Coogler. I go up to him, I'm like, yo, I'm a big fan, whatever like that. I'm just a young director. I have a question like, if you could recommend any type of technique or, what would you recommend for anybody young just trying to get at directing, He's like, yo, you sound like that's that. Now that was a deep question, right? I was looking to have a conversation with him. He was busy at the time, so he ended up getting me connected to a lady who was his assistant. She said, I'll get you connected to Ryan and then the other dude who was on the project. So I'm like waiting. I'm over here psyched out, like, bruh, I can't wait. Like, I'm looking at my phone, like, I can't wait to see a California number. Like, bruh, Ryan Coogler just called my phone, you know what I mean? Emailed me something. I was just like, bro, I can't wait, right? It never came, so I hit the lady up. It was about like almost 3 weeks later, almost a month later, I contacted her while we were still on the project. And I was like, yo, I haven't heard from Ryan or anything. I know y'all busy, but I just wanted to check and see, like, hopefully you'll contact me. Just want to stay on that ass, right? I wanted to stay behind him, like, yo, I need you to contact me. I really want to have this conversation. Like, if I could pick your brain, I'm going to go places. I'm going to know what I need to know. And she basically told me that she couldn't get me connected with Ryan because he went out of town, he went back home, or he went wherever, and he's not here no more, so she couldn't contact him. So I'm like, dang, but she's like, if you want, I can get you back on the project if you're free these days. So I'm like, yeah, let's do that. Second time on the movie. I was in the beginning and then somewhere in the middle, right? And it's crazy because I'm like, dang, like, can they really put me back in the movie? Like, aren't y'all gonna see me? But they probably not gonna see me. They're probably not gonna see me. I mean, hey, I'll be psyched, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna blow this whole YouTube up, and I'll have nothing but just clips of me in this movie. I ran into the lady, and I was like, yeah, I tried to talk to Shaka, but he's busy or whatever like that. But I told her, say, thank you for putting me on this project again. I definitely appreciate you at least giving me that second opportunity. I will say this time I was more thirsty. You go out networking, you don't want to be thirsty, right? You don't want to get on the sets and be like, this is my break. Because that's going to put you in a thirst attitude. Like, you're literally, like, quenched. Like, you need this to live. You don't need to do that. Because when you go into an audition like that, you're not going to land an audition. They know that you really desire this job that bad that you're not even thinking about or even entertaining that moment, right? You want the job so bad, you're not entertaining the moment that you're in. And she ended up getting me connected to one of the guys who worked really close to like the directors on the project, if not a director on the project. And he gave me his actual contact. And when I talked to him, he even told me, he told me like I wasn't planning on contacting you for real. He said, I honestly forgot when she mentioned you. She said, a couple of young guys had ran down Ryan, asking him questions, and she said she's going to connect me to you. But he said, I'm really surprised that you're back on this project, and it shows your dedication and how committed or how far you're willing to go. You just got to figure out, you just got to get into that mode. It's honestly, overthinking it is going to mess you up. Like how I'm thinking hard to come up with something, it's going to mess it up. It's literally in the instance of a moment. As the PA, like, how'd you get on the project? Because for him, he can quickly elaborate. Oh, I signed up, right? It's crazy because I ended up staying in contact with that same PA. And me and him still to this day put in work on different projects outside of this. So he got me involved. He got me involved in actual music videos. And I'm not talking about just like some, backyard, like abandoned building, and you got a camera and, maybe one light. No, like actual music videos. I was a PA on Lil Sky's video, and I was a PA on Zaman, right? So I'm meeting these folks who are actually signed to huge labels, right? Because it's just the connect I made from a project months, like almost a whole year ago. So you want to stay connected, and you want to always contact them. You never want to let things dry out. But that's the video today, y'all. When it comes to networking, you want to ask light questions. You want to avoid heavy questions. You want to just lightly get into a conversation, and then you want to start telling them what what your goals or whatever like that, right? So never go in thirsty. You want to network. Stay connected to your contacts, and keep grinding. Well, that's all I have for today. That's your boy AC, and I'm signing out, y'all.
Dos.